right. Hello. Welcome to this improvised 6 Degrees of Separation performance. This is an improv form that's based on the play 6 Degrees of Separation by John Guar. I hope you enjoy it. Please welcome to the stage your first team.
Could we have a suggestion, please? Our suggestion is mercy.
Thank you. So Nelson and I go to church every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
We are extremely devout, but we were out of town. So we were in, where were we? Corpus Christi, Texas, I believe. And we had to find somewhere on Sunday morning to attend service.
And we stumbled across the most beautiful outdoor service. I mean, my goodness, they had just, it was like a wedding was happening with the flowers strewn all about. And the minister was dressed to the nut. I actually asked him if he was performing a wedding ceremony.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, hello. I'm not performing a wedding ceremony, but I do enjoy having a sense of show about everything I do.
And he was a Brit in the South too, which was fascinating.
Yeah. Everything about this, from the tent, from just the fact that it was all outdoors. We're Catholic. We're used to, these solemn ceremonies within a small church, and, stand and kneel and stand and sit.
Can I
and
give
stand
you
and sit
both
and
a
kneel.
tambourine, please? I do like a lot of jollity and jumping around for my services. And so I'd like you to take these tambourines and also these bells to attach them to your knees. There's a tradition in my home country called Morris dancing, and I like to bring a bit of that to the situation as well.
This is and I proceeded to ask him if this was a Catholic church or some new denomination, because we've obviously, as good Catholics, we have seen all sorts of denominations, and we're very on guard for going into the wrong service.
Absolutely. We don't want to, So
sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm just very, very passionate about what I do. And I'm not really a Catholic, as you might have it. I just enjoy the celebration of the person and their relationship to a higher power.
We were so desperate, we're just in need of spiritual guidance on the Sunday, and so to stumble upon, even though you're not exactly Catholic, we'd love to just join your ceremony, and I'm happy to play this tambourine and hopefully get some spiritual guidance for the.
Oh no, I'm not at all Catholic. Once you've been playing the tambourine for say 5 minutes or something like that, I'd like you to take your card out, if you could please, and just tap it on the reader, just by the font over there. Just by Mrs. Jarvis. She's a particularly ecstatic dancer.
Tap my card by the read. So.
Yeah, this is when the red flags went off. The alarms went off. Anything, any kind of warning was just going bang, 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 bang in our heads. Because first of all, I don't even know if this guy's Christian. I mean, was there any mention of Jesus at all? And then tambourines and he was British. That's weird, right, honey? I don't want to sound xenophobic, but that was weird, right?
It was weird, though. I mean, there was a giant white cross over there. So, I mean, clearly this must be some sort of Christian religious.
I've had Chris. Sorry, I'm interrupting you again. Terribly rude. I've had Chris tow your car away because I'm afraid it was casting a rather ugly shadow and it didn't really fit into the color scheme that I envisioned. But of course, you'll be able to get it back in 2 or 3 days, and you'll want to celebrate quite a lot as you're both deeply religious.
No, we need our car. I mean, we have we're meeting her parents later for dinner. We cannot be here for two or 3 days under any circumstances, but certainly not tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, you'll need to be in a wonderful state of mind if you're meeting family, of course, and there's nothing better for a wonderful state of mind than tapping a tambourine.
So I'm tapping that tambourine, and this is the car's not appearing. Obviously, I mean, I was with you. This guy's clearly a charlatan at this point.
Yes, I mean, at first he asked for our cards to tap our cards in the payment machine, and then he tows our car, and you know. He said we could have it back in 2 to 3 days. We're meeting my parents tonight. How are we going to get back home? The whole thing was just.
I took out my phone to call 911, of course, and there's no service, right?
Oh, I'm afraid I had to get rid of the cell towers in the local area because they just didn't fit in with the color scheme.
But then I had this great idea, which is, our day jobs are investigative reporters. So yes, we might be stuck here, but we can expose a massive fraud that's probably happening. This guy, we cannot be the first ones. He's probably ripped off hundreds of times. I mean, I smell Pulitzer right there.
Absolutely. We are the #1 writing team in North Texas. So we came up with the idea of putting our phones on record mode, putting them in our pocket.
Honey, he's here.
Oh.
Hey, so you want to know all about me?
Yes.
How terribly flattering.
And
I do like attention.
By the way, I'm happy to. I just walked over and hit my credit card onto the reader. So yeah, happy to have done that. Support your initiatives here. Yes, I noticed that you have a stack of photos of a whole assortment of people. Are these people within your kind of congregation here?
Oh yes. That photo on the top. That is actually Mr. Jarvis. He was a very, very significant figure in the Corpus Christi financial community. Unfortunately, he recently passed away, and Mrs. Jarvis very generously has waived her inheritance from him and just funneled it into the church, which was very generous of her.
So we got Mr.
And so he was just spilling the beans willy-nilly. He didn't seem to have a filter. But while Nelson was interested in like what could possibly be going on financially with the church, I was more interested in getting to know this pastor intimately. I wanted to know what his deal was. So we noticed you have an accent. Where are you from?
Oh, well, I'm from London, as it happens. Yes. I came over here about 10, 15 years ago. I hesitate to mention it, but I was trained at RADA, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. I find it helps with projection of serious religious issues, of course. That's.
And where did your interest in religion begin?
Well,
Well, my mother was a very religious woman. Very religious woman. So religious she wouldn't talk to me on the weekends because she was too interested in the church and the collection plates and helping the community and all the money and everything that should have gone to me in the house went to her and out into the community, and it never, there was no love for Patrick. There was no money for Patrick. There was only ever love and money for the church and the parishioners.
well, after that outburst, I smartly asked to use the bathroom, and they allowed us to kind of go inside the house. Apparently, him unloading that seemed to build some sort of rapport, and Belinda then, while we were inside, happened to come across a little his working desk.
Yeah, so I mean, it got weird with his outbursts about his mom, and I was starting to think maybe he resents religion a little bit. So while Nelson was kind of going through his bedroom, I found his work desk, and I snooped around a bit, and I found a picture of Patrick with his mom. And in the picture, it looked as though she was dead and he was standing there with a gun. It was a very descriptive picture. He was standing over her with a gun, laughing in the
Patrick.
picture.
So you found it.
Oh, Patrick. I'm so sorry. I just the drawer
We
was
do
open
not
and
mean
it
to
popped
pry
out.
into your personal artifacts.
No,
It is
no,
our.
absolutely.
So someone had to find it sometime. I'm glad it was too fine a people as you. I have to be honest, it's a tremendous strain. Keeping up the jolly act the whole time. I hate Morris dancing.
But
if I'm being honest.
But why? Why did you do it, Patrick? Why kill your own mother?
Because she was never there for me. And after I did that, she could never leave again. Could she?
So you punish all religious people by swindling them? That's what we came to the conclusion for.
So we got back to the newspaper, and our editors started doing some digging and fact checking and so forth. And it turns out that this guy's mother is alive. Like, we talked to her on the phone. So then we went back to the place, Patrick, to demand is this some sort of just huge con that is happening, that he's like making some sort of picture for us to find, and then to think that he actually is a murderer when in fact he's just some sort of RADA trained actor, gets off on like fooling ordinary citizens who lost their way?
Hello.
Well,
I'm just packing up.
We see the moving vans are here. You have such a huge congregation, and you've decided that to leave. And I mean, it's a beautiful spot, but I mean, was that all Was that all? Was the picture just for us to actually find? We talked to your mother. She sounded like a lovely person. She was on her way to the West End to see a show.
What's going on, Patrick? What really is happening here?
I just like to tell stories.
And involve us.
Blackout. Yeah, good. Great. There's like real Hannibal Lecter vibes in that. I just like to tell stories. Great. That was team 1. Please welcome team 2.
Can we get a suggestion for our show, please?
French press.
French press, thank you.
Thank you, French press.
I mean, it was a perfectly innocent summer day, and the French coast, the Côte d'Azur, as they say, when they're really sophisticated.
And we are really sophisticated. The cut of my Speedo was the latest.
After all these years, the cut of his Speedo still makes my heart beat faster. But anyway, so this but it was a nude beach, really. And the travel agent never said it was a nude beach. And there we are, 2 middle-aged Americans on the Côte d'Azur. Is that in a baby?
I'm not even going to try. And the looks we were getting. I mean, I'd spared no expense on this suit. It was, it's the same thing that Olympic racers wear. This was the real deal. And
and I mean, did you ever feel completely out of place and like a complete moron dope? We were out of place. Oh my God.
Is there a problem, monsieur? There was obviously a problem.
Now I'm afraid to order in. I was afraid to order lunch. They had this great little kiosk with shellfish and wine and all that. I was convinced they would poison us because we were so, what they call ugly Americans.
Mademoiselle. Bonjour. May I take your clothes?
No, I'm good, pal.
What does he want?
He wants
Your
our
clothes.
clothes.
Our clothing?
Yes, this is the nude beach, as you Americans call it.
Yeah, but is that a requirement or is that just an optional? See, in America, we call them clothing optional beaches. We don't because we like freedom. I don't know what your country has against freedom.
We have real freedom, not your pseudo freedom where you have to pay if you get anything wrong with you. No, here you take off your clothes. If you want to be free to wear clothes, go to other beach.
Well, you know what? That was not normal. That was the most abnormal thing that ever happened to me in all my years as taking vacations.
I mean, it was relatively normal because it was a French person being rude. If there's one thing I know as an American of some class, it's that the French are rude. I'm worldly, I know.
All right, that's true. And we would never treat a guest in our country like that. Absolutely.
Listen, we don't know what you have underneath. I mean, there may be weapons, maybe recording equipment. We don't know. You have to.
No weapons, no recording equipment.
Oh, no.
Well,
we don't.
All right. You want to know what I've got underneath my clothing? A third nipple. Do something about it.
Ah,
are you happy now?
Welcome.
This is a nude beach. You think I haven't seen a third nipple before, you crazy Americans.
I never expected. They're just not used to seeing anyone this way.
No.
They're too
Well-
caught up.
Oh, God. That was my trump card.
Yeah, and they didn't even flinch. They just kept on oppressing us.
All right, so you know what we decided to do? This was gonna be a non-event, this whole thing on the nude beach. And so we signed up for a safari. That turned out well, right?
It was wonderful. It was, we figured we'd check it out, and nobody there was going to tell us what to wear. And I had the best. I had the finest in khakis.
Yeah. The only thing is what happened. Yeah.
Sir, madam, you're going to have to put on these mosquito-resistant outfits. Otherwise, there's a serious risk of malaria, and we require everyone to have them on.
You can't just choose what you wear. It's just not the way things work.
Hey, look, pal, if I want to get malaria, I can get malaria. My body, my choice, okay?
Listen, there's certain different places have certain rules, and you must abide by them. And why have you're cheapening the experience?
Yes, you signed all of the conditions, including that if you die, we have no responsibility, of course.
None.
You know what? Where we come from, people take responsibility for themselves and they take responsibility for their actions, right? That's what
that is not our understanding of Americans. But you're welcome to continue.
Hey, guys! I think this is turning.
I've only seen the French version of the movie, but I believe the saying is Toto doesn't live in Kansas anymore.
They can't even quote The Wizard of Oz. It's like the most famous motion picture. But you know what? I figured maybe just man to man, I can connect with these guys and deal with them, and we can just move past all of this.
But then I began to feel like I want to be just alone with my husband without any foreign interference. And so I got us first class tickets home. And that's why we're in our bedroom recording this whole memoir on video. Maybe it'll turn into a viral event. You're disappointed.
Now what do we do?
Well, you're disappointed.
No, I'm not. I'm not disappointed. I just.
I'm sorry. The front door was open, so I just let myself in. It seems like you didn't turn the camera on correctly. Do you need my help with doing this?
I thought you left after you dropped this off.
No.
We didn't pay for the full tech support package. And frankly, sir, I'm a little disturbed you just come strolling into our house.
Well, like I say, the door was open. It looked open, so I tried it, and I feel like you don't understand how to do things yourself. So I just come and help you. That's all I do.
Do we need professional help or something? I mean, why is it that all these people intrude on our space and we respond to it? Is there something wrong? I think there's something wrong with us.
No, I think there's something wrong with them.
Oh, okay. Look, as long as we're good, because I'm beginning.
Well, how can we not be good?
I don't know. Everywhere we go, we're either wearing too many clothes and people don't like it, or we get into trouble because we're willing to get malaria, or I don't turn the camera on right. I mean, I'm getting a complex, Benjamin.
So I bought into what she was saying. I didn't think we needed it, but we begrudgingly went to couples counseling. It was like this group thing. And the place was full.
So the two of you basically are telling me that you don't like anyone from other places.
I'm not even sure we like each other.
Oh,
I'm seeing that. What about you, Frank?
Like you didn't know? Like you.
No, it never occurred to me that you didn't like me. And it certainly never occurred to me that it was visible to a stranger.
This is a great breakthrough. This is a great breakthrough. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. You need to improve upon yourself.
No, I don't need you to tell me we're having a breakthrough. I am a worldly classy man. I have watched several John Green videos on psychology. I know what's going on here.
This is a major step back.
Yeah. You just went from level 2 to level 1 back again, but we'll get you there. We'll get you there, buddy.
We will.
What about me?
I don't know. The way you said "ooh" just bothered me.
Right? It's horrible. Every time, like, she pretends something surprising, but she knows the problem.
Ooh. I mean, no. I mean, yes. I mean, right. I mean.
See, you did it again.
I'll do better.
Okay, good. Blackout. Okay, good. Great. Everybody from team 2, give a will wave. All right. Thank you, everybody who came in and watched the show. Again, this was the improvised 6 degrees of separation. We might have more shows in the future, so come check them out. Bye. Thank you.